What's up, YouTube?
Hey y'all, so today I am going to do a video of Dollar General makeup. I went to my local Dollar General and I got some goodies, and this is a first impressions video. This is all makeup by Believe Beauty. There have been some videos done on this and I've actually watched those, but it's not gonna affect how I review it, but it's pretty much a full face. There's a few things I didn't get, but we're gonna try out the products that I did get, and we'll talk about them as we go. So first thing, I did not get primer. I'm just going to use a little bit of my Wet n Wild Cucumber 3-in-1 primer water, and you can get this at your Dollar General. So it smells like cucumbers. So I'm just using that just as a little bit of primer, and I'll take my sponge and just kind of pat it in. And y'all, I'm sorry, it is 9:52 at night when I'm filming this. I went to my Dollar General tonight and I knew I would pull it out and play with it if I didn't go ahead and shoot this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it. I've come to find out though I don't really like doing first impressions videos because it usually takes me like 2 or 3 times trying something before I know my full thoughts on it. But anyway, we're gonna do it and we'll see how it goes. But all of this stuff, the total for everything that I bought was $39.59, and everything was $5 or below. So, and I looked at everything that was on the display, and everything there that's by Believe Beauty is $5 or below. Nothing is more than $5. But all right, so let's get started. First thing we're going to do is go in with the foundation, and then like the beauty gurus that I have watched, this is nice packaging. It's a glass bottle and it's kind of like sleek looking, you know, the design. It has kind of like an angled top. It's super cute. I got it in soft beige. There were only like maybe 8 shades. I'm going to pull up the website so I can see. Alright, so this is a medium to full coverage foundation. It blends effortlessly for a flawless look. Its blendable formula blurs imperfections while smoothing your skin. So yes please. I was going to see if I could see any of the ingredients. Trying not to read reviews. Okay, so the main ingredient is water, and then it's got a bunch of words I cannot pronounce. It does have dimethicone in it though. Yeah, a lot of words I can't pronounce. I don't see anything else. Alright, so let's just give this thing a go. I don't know how to open it. There's this security thing on here. Take that off. And the foundation was, oh, I'm trying to twist. So the top, I'm trying to twist it off and it pulls off. So I should have remembered that from the reviews I watched. And I have so many breakouts right now. I don't know really what it's from. I haven't really changed my routine a whole lot. So I'm going to take a few pumps and put it just on the back of my hand. Oh gosh, that looks like it might be a little dark. Uh-oh. I was going to see if I seen how many shades they had on the website, but I can't tell. Let's see. But I think there was really like 8 shades. So it looks like maybe 10 shades. They had a tinted moisturizer too, so I guess if you weren't wanting to do like the full coverage. And then I'm just going to take my little sponge, dip into some of that. But yeah, I guess if you were not really wanting a full coverage foundation, they also have the tinted moisturizer. But we're gonna go in with this. I feel like this sponge is soaking up a lot of the product, so I might try to go in with a because that one pump is gone and I've only got like 3/4 of this half side of my face done. So I might try to just get put it on a kabuki brush. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna take my BH Cosmetics Kabuki brush and put some on that. And I can't really tell just yet if this is my shade or not. I can't tell. I think it may be though. Oh yeah, much better. Much better for me with the Kabuki brush. And then I'll probably just go back in with my, it has an odd smell. It don't really smell bad. I'm trying to describe it and I don't know how to. Oh yeah, wow, look. I hope you can tell in the camera. It looks like it's my shade though, that's good. Look at that. How full coverage that is. That's pretty cool. If this doesn't break me out and it lasts a long time, this might be a good, I know I'm speaking a little soon, but I was pretty impressed with that difference on the different side. Alright, so I'm just keep blending this out and I'm going to put it down my neck. Maybe slightly too dark for my skin tone right now, but when I'm self-tanned, it'll probably be good. And it actually, I mean, I don't think it's that bad of a match. Alright, now I'm going to just take my sponge back and just kind of push that into the skin a little more and get rid of those brush strokes. Alright, so that, you guys, is one layer. I don't feel like I need to build it at all because it really did a good job hiding everything. It looks really good and it felt really good going on the skin. Feels good. So, alright, so that's the foundation. So far, I am impressed with it. And I really like the pump. I really like that. Okay, the next is the concealer. All of this makeup had these security things on it, so it must be a hot ticket item. Okay, so this is the Believe Beauty Your Covered Liquid Concealer, and I got it in shade Fair. Because if you've watched my other videos, I do like a bright under eye, but this looks dark on the, it's got a little doe foot. I hope this is not too dark. We're about to try it and see. Oh, it looks dark for it to be Fair. And I don't think they had a lighter shade than Fair. So, interesting. I've just got a couple blemishes that I'm just going to put a little bit extra concealing on too. But this is definitely not for fair skin. This is dark. And I'm just going to take my sponge and blend that in. Oh. And I'll look on the website and read what it says about the concealer too. I don't feel like it's not really giving me a whole lot of coverage under my eyes either because, you know, I have really dark circles under my eyes and I don't feel like it's covering them very well, as you probably can see. But also, I am back in with the sponge, and I know with the foundation, my sponge did soak up a lot of that product. So, let's, I'm gonna go back in with one more layer, and I'll try it again with my Kabuki brush and see if that helps to cover up my dark circles a little bit better. Alright, I'm going to pull up the concealer and see. They have Ivory, but Ivory was darker looking in the store than Fair. That did. I don't feel like the Ivory would have been better than the Fair. So, I'm going to take my dry sponge and go under it because I feel like a dry sponge won't soak up the product. But because of the wrinkles and stuff under my eyes, I want to kind of push that product in so it doesn't crease. Alright, the concealer, I mean, I have better, to be honest. I have better concealers, so just to hide because hiding dark circles under my eyes is like one of my biggest things when I look for a concealer, and I don't feel like this concealer did that a whole lot. So, I mean, and it's called You're Covered, so I would expect it to cover my dark circles. It says for the concealer, the website says, perfect your skin in one step. This highly pigmented concealer visibly brightens under eye darkness and tired lines with natural coverage. So it says to use the applicator to swipe concealer directly onto skin to conceal imperfections. Blend with a beauty sponge or with your fingertips. For me, it just didn't do it, you guys. All right, so let's just move on. I got the loose setting powder. This is called Matte Blur Loose Powder. They were out of translucent, unfortunately, in my Dollar General, so I got light to medium. We'll hope that and pray that this, oh my gosh, seriously, this plastic piece. These are so hard to get off. Finally. I don't feel like you get a whole lot of product in this. I was noticing that when I was in the store. There's like, I mean, it's a very small container, and then like it's not completely full. So let me see. I'm just curious. So this is 0.14 ounces. I'm gonna look up and see how much you get like in the Maybelline Fit Me powder, because that's a great drugstore. Yeah, so in the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder, you get 0.7 ounces, and in this you get 0.14 ounces. And how much was the powder? It was $5, and then you can get like the Maybelline for I believe like $7 or $8, but you get so much more product. So but let's just see how it performs. Oh gosh, it looks orange. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Orange and dark for my skin. I'm a little nervous, little bit nervous. All right, but we're gonna try. Let's go for it. I wish they had translucent. I should have went to the other to our other Dollar General, because the Maybelline Fit Me is really good, but this one I feel like is blurring a lot more than the Maybelline Fit Me loose setting powder. But this shade is just not the right shade for me, unfortunately. When they say light to medium, they mean medium, because this is not light. This is not light to medium. This is just medium, because this is dark. Dark. Okay. I'm trying to go in very light-handed with this powder because it's so dark. I'm just trying to push that into my smile lines too, because that's where, of course, most people, I think, I could be wrong, but I think most people, that's where their makeup starts to crack the quickest, is the smile lines or in the forehead area if you've got wrinkles like me. All right, and then I'm just gonna kind of blend this powder down my neck. I really, really, really love this powder. It blurs, but I do feel like per ounce, I'm pretty sure you're paying a lot more actually in the long run. So it's but powders, like especially like this setting powder, would last me. Look, I'm pretty sure that, look how dark my face is compared to the rest of my body. Anyway, I just had that. But for me, I feel like this powder would probably last me a long time because I use very, very little of it. So, but I like it. It blurs so good. All right, next thing, they had single blushes and highlighters and bronzers. A lot of their blushes and bronzers had a shimmer to them. They were not matte. But I just grabbed this. This is the Get Glowing Highlight and Contour Palette in light medium. It's a bronze, blush, and highlight with perfect contouring trio. So it's just you got your contour, but this is the contour and the blush or the bronzer and the blush are both matte, and then you've got your highlighting shimmer shade, and it's in light to medium. A lot of their single highlighters did not look like they would be the right color, but for my skin tone anyway, but they did look pretty. But you can't swatch them, of course, in the dollar store. I was trying to see. So the foundation was $5. The concealer was $4. The contouring palette that I've got is $5. The powder was $5. So that's where we're at right now. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the bronzer shade. I'm going to do a little swatch just to kind of feel it. It's not like a cream really, but it's not like really powdery and cheap feeling either. So I'm going to just take this AOA Studios. Oh, a lot of fallout, you guys. Forewarning. I just dipped the brush in and then like all this powder came out. But fallout doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, then you might not like this. So I'm just taking this. First, I'm just going to take it and kind of give my cheeks a little contour, a little shadow effect. And then once I get the blush on, I'll use my bigger powder brush and blend it all together. But this right now, the contour is just going to give my cheeks a shadow effect to kind of give me that chiseled jaw. That chiseled jaw look. And then we're going to come up on the forehead and give a little bit more. I do like on the sides and then at the hairline and come down the side. And then I might bring some more down here. And I have not dipped back into it. Just kind of whatever's left on my brush. Okay. But that bronzer shade is great for my skin tone. I really do like it. But yeah, I like it. Alright, so now let's take some blush out of this palette. There is a lot of fallout, you guys. I'm sorry, but look at this. If you... hold on. That's from the powder. But I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can get my... There we go. See all this fallout? I mean, I just barely tap into it. So, there is that. Alright, so now let's go in with the blush and blend that into the contour or bronzer shade. Dip back in it again because it was very subtle. It's not what I would call it extremely pigmented at all. And let's do the other cheek and dip in again. Okay, now I'm going to just take, you know what, I think I'm going to take, no, I'm going to take my bigger BH Cosmetics fluffy powder brush and just blend those together. Make sure that blush and bronzer are kind of blended in. And then just take whatever excess is left on my brush from those shades and kind of drag it all around and all around town. All around and all around town. I feel like a ballerina too. You look at my hair. I just redid it and I feel like a ballerina. I always said I wanted to be a professional dancer. So I have the hair. Alright, so now we're going to do highlighter. I'm going to take my small highlighting brush here. This came from an Ipsy bag. I'm going to take that and go in with the highlighter. Actually, let me swatch this a little bit before I... Now, the highlighter does feel more creamier than the... but look, that is very pigmented. So, might need to go in light-handed with that. I'm going to go... I barely tapped into the highlighter because don't want to do too much. Do you hear my boys in the background? Okay, so I barely touched that highlighter, you guys, and I hope you can see it. It really gives a good highlight. And I'm still going to drag it down to my apple of my cheek. And again, I barely tapped into this highlighter, but I really like it. It's a more creamier consistency than the bronzer and the bronzer and the blush in the palette had a more of a, it's not like a super powdery consistency, but they were more powdery and they had a lot of fallout. But the highlighter shade barely tapped in, but yeah, I barely tapped into the highlighter, didn't have any fallout, very pigmented. I'm gonna run it down my nose, just with my fingers here. Look how cute. I love it. And then I'm just going to put some on my Cupid's bow here with my finger too. How cute. I really love the highlighter on that. That was cute. And it doesn't take much. But this little palette is cute. I'll definitely use this again. I just got the Tarte Hamptons Weekend palette from Ulta because they had 30% off. And this kind of reminds me of that because that Hamptons Weekend palette from Tarte has the bronzer, blush, and the highlighter. And on sale with 30% off, the Tarte Hamptons Weekend palette was $13. I'm not sure about product weight size or whatever. I'm not sure with the Tarte one, but I feel like they're very similar. So it was, the Tarte one was $13 and that one was $5. So was it $5? Yeah, it was $5. Okay, so now on to the eyes, fun part. I just picked up this little eyeshadow palette in Nearly Nude. Super cute. There's looks like 4 shimmers and 2 mattes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a whole like a transition shade, but we're gonna try make do with what we can. But this Nearly Nudes palette, so there's 6 shades. Like I mentioned, you get 4 shimmers and 2 mattes, and this was $5. A lot of this was $5. Alright, so now let's get in the eyes. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit more. I feel like I don't really get in close enough for you to see how I do my eyes. So we're going to go in. I'm going to go in with a big fluffy brush first. This is my Morphe M505 brush. We're going to go in with this. I don't really have a lot of transition shades, so we're just going to go in with this tan color. They sold single eyeshadows too, and they had these, what they called glitter pots, I think is what they called it. So, like I said, I just didn't pick up a lot because, I mean, my total was still $30. $39, almost $40. So I'm just going over the whole lid with that lightest shade and putting it even up on my brow bone here. The only thing I didn't get was I didn't get a brow product, so I'll probably just use a little bit of this brown to kind of shape up my eyes a little bit. That's in this palette. Okay, so I'm just doing the other eye and just again taking that lightest shade, and I'm just going to put it all over the lid and up on the brow bone. So we're just going to have this everywhere like for a complete look. Alright, so let's see. I think that looks good just as like a base, I guess, just to get us started. Next, we're going to go in with just that brown shade. I'm going to barely, because it's very pigmented, so I'm just barely even tapping, like, see, I don't know if you can see. Look how pigmented that was, you guys. Like, whoa. I'm going to go in, like, at an angle and bring it up and then bring it into the crease for the shadow to give it some depth. And I'm coming in at an angle again. This is an angled eyeshadow brush too, so it's really good at kind of getting into that. And down, angle. Alright, that was one dip. And I mean, I barely touched it. So you guys, that is a very pigmented palette. Very. Alright, so next I think I'm going to take this very pretty shimmer shade. This like champagne, I don't know. We're gonna go with champagne color. And I'm just gonna take this like flat brush from my BH Cosmetics and dip into it. I'm just dragging my brush across the shade. And then we're just gonna kind of pack that on. Pack and drag but I don't really feel like this brush is doing it justice. So let's try it with the finger. Yeah, I feel like it goes on better with the finger, which is the case for a lot of eyeshadows. A lot of eyeshadows go on better with just, if it's like those creamy, metallic, shimmery shades, they go on best with just use your finger. Use what God gave you. Alright, and now I'm just taking a little bit of that matte brown shade again, and oh my gosh, it is so pigmented. Like, I barely touched it and it still was too much. I used my other finger just to kind of blend those two shades again. And let's see, I'm going to take a little bit more of that shimmer shade. See if I can pack some more ba-boom impact on there. Alright, now I'm going to take that big fluffy brush that I used that light shade in, and so like nothing's on it, and I'm just blending everything together. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Alright, now I'm going to take I'm going to do like a small flat brush with that brown shade and go on the bottom and take that fluffy brush with nothing in it and kind of blur it out a little bit so it's not so harsh looking. Okay, and I'm gonna take my Morphe, this is like a small tapered brush, M321, and I'm gonna go in with this light shimmer shade on the end and try to go in my corners with that. That's cute. Now let's drag it down a little bit and up a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna wipe that excess off and just kind of blend again, blend again. Okay, now that eye is done with the eyeshadows. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take the liquid eyeliner in shade Midnight Jaguar. This is like a felt tip. I am going to attempt a wing liner. It's going to be a very small wing liner, so brace yourselves because I don't know if I've ever done this on camera before. I'm nervous. Well, I did do it with the stamp, but that's kind of... Alright, I really have to have a lot of focus to do things like this because I'm such a baby when it comes to wing liner. So I apologize if you can't see. Okay, there's that. I am not by no means a wing liner expert, but I am getting better. It was a little difficult. It was a little difficult. It dragged a little bit across my lid. I do feel like you get a lot of control with this because it is a stiffer brush or felt tip. I'm pretty sure this is felt tip. I'm gonna pull it up on the website too. But I do feel like you get a lot more control with where your brush goes. So that's good when you're a wing liner beginner like me because you need a lot of control when you don't know what the heck you're doing. So, alright, so let's go in with, oh, I need to tell you how much that was. That was $4.50. And then the mascara which we're about to try. I got the Extreme Lash Lengthening because that's what I like. I like pigment and I like lengthening in my, I don't like I don't really care for a big, thick, clumpy mascara. I just like them to look separated, lengthened, and pigmented. So that's what I'm hoping to get out of this. It's so pretty though. Look how it's just sleek gold and it says Believe Beauty. And then, so it's got the pretty wand here. See if my camera will focus it. Come on, I don't want to. There we go. I think that. So it's very interesting. It's like not completely round. It's just like, and it's interesting. So let's just see how this bad boy goes on. Wand is very, it's very interesting. Alright, yeah, the wand is very interesting, but I do feel like it lengthened my lashes and it did give me some pigment that I like. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see the difference in my eyes. Like the mascara definitely gave me some length and gave me the pigment that I like, because being fair skin and my blonde hair, I don't really have a lot of nice natural dark eyelashes. So that did a very, very good job. Now I am going to do my brows with just a little bit. Lord Jesus, be with me when I do this. It's going to be just a very little bit of that brown eyeshadow. And it's definitely not the color that I really need for eyebrows. So we're definitely just having to improvise. It's a little red for my brows. I'm going to take another brush without anything on it and just kind of fade that out a little bit. Yeah, it's just a little red. You can tell it's a little red for my brows, but that is this finished eye. I'm gonna go do this eye off camera and I'll be right back so we can just do the lips and wrap up the video. All right, so I got the other eye done, and overall I think it looks good. So now let's go on to the lips, and in the lips I got just a lip gloss. They do have lip liners and they do have just like bullet lipsticks, and they have velvet matte lips too, but I just grabbed a lip gloss. And the reason I grabbed the lip gloss is because it was speaking to me, because the name of it is Georgia Peach, and I'm from Georgia. So, and then I was going to see how much the lip gloss was. The mascara, $4. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I had a paper towel I could wipe my, just use a sponge. Alright, so my lips are wiped off. I'm just going to go in with this lip gloss. I'm not expecting a whole lot of pigment because it's just a gloss. So, just like a topper. Really. So, it's just a gloss. Feels nice. Like a gloss. Alright, I was going to see if it said anything. It's Lustrous Shine lip gloss. Definitely gives a good shine to my lips. So, let me see if I can adjust this lighting a little bit. It got darker. Turn it off. Alright, so that is the final look. I'm going to go over all of the products and what I think. Let me just take a look one more time at my full... Oh, you know what? I didn't put my liner on my other eye. BRB. Alright, so this is the final look. And overall, I think it looks really good. I'm going to go over each product with you guys and tell you my thoughts. So the foundation, I'm going to look at it one more time. Hold on one second. Alright, so the foundation I really do like. I feel like overall it did a great job of covering my blemishes and just giving me overall great foundation complexion. I don't feel like I have a whole heavy foundation on, but I still get that full coverage look. The concealer, as you could tell during the video, I'm not a big fan of that. It's not a fair color for me. I feel like it's darker than fair, and that was the lightest shade they had. The little trio palette here, this was great, and I think it worked great for my skin tone. The powder was another great thing. I really liked it. It definitely did blur like it says that it did or was supposed to. The only thing I wish I'd have got translucent because the light to medium is a little too dark for my skin complexion right now. Maybe if I self-tan, it'll work better. And then the mascara was great. I really think this will be a great one to wear like every day out the door type mascara. Really, the eyeliner, the only thing is it does pull with, I have the wrinkles in my eyelids, so that it did pull, but I do, a plus to it, I feel like it's very easy to control to get your wing, so that's great. The lip gloss feels great on the lips. It is, of course, when I use it in the future, I will use a lipstick or like a matte lip underneath it and just add the lip gloss as a topper. The eyeshadows were also great, especially the shimmer shades in this palette. I just wish that this palette in particular had more transition shades because I went from really light to really dark and I didn't have anything in between to kind of help blend everything, like to use as my transition shade. But other than that, I thought it worked out really well. So, but that is it. Overall, I think these are really good products that I'll definitely be using again, especially that foundation. I may even use it tomorrow, like that quick. But that is all for this video. If you liked it, give me a big thumbs up. Make sure, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I do respond back, so leave me a comment. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload a new video. Alright, well that's all for today, you guys. Bye, y'all. Pigment because it's just a gloss. So just like a topper. Really, so it's just a gloss. Feels nice, like a gloss. Alright, I was going to see if it said anything. It's Lustrous Shine lip gloss. Definitely gives a good shine to my lips. So